Okay, good morning. I'm going to try and improve the lighting and format. I'm not always by myself in the morning, and I'm up very early, so I don't want to disturb anybody else who happens to be here. So I am going to try and improve the format and give you guys a little bit better lighting and a better space to see what I'm trying to do, since I'm suggesting this as perhaps your exercise for the entire day. For some of you, it may just be the most suitable choice. So let me quickly talk about the logic of what I'm about to do. For me, it's primarily using my entire body. It's helping me wake up my joints, get some good brain chemistry going, and get some circulation going, and to start to take away any discomfort I have or soreness from the training that day prior. I'm trying to utilize my whole body, and I'm trying to chain together exercises that have a certain amount of sense. So today, the primary focus is we're going to work on our lower body with a quad movement. So we're going to do a squat variation that uses a little bit of variation. You don't need to have a lot of weight. You could do it without weight. But keep in mind what I'm doing with my upper body. I'll be extending resistance away from my body at shoulder height, and I'll be keeping good back posture while I'm doing it, and coming to a certain depth with the squat. It's important. And I'll alternate sides. In those motions back and forth, what I'll be doing is I'll be tying my hips and my core to my squat movement, as well as by supporting the resistance, I'll be waking up my chest and shoulders. In the second movement, I'm going to try and create more locomotion and a little more dynamic movement, take my heart rate up. So I'm going to work in initially a plank to a moving plank. So there's lots of different ways to do the moving plank. I'll walk you through the different varieties of that. That should take my heart rate up a little bit, so that's a secondary goal, to elevate your heart rate within this workout. And you'll choose your variation on the moving plank according to your fitness level and according to what will elevate your heart rate. And the third movement will just be a simple bicycle crunch or alternating crunch. So I'll take that core movement, I'll take the elevated heart rate, and then I'll just translate it into the waist itself. Okay. So I'm in an open square stance. I'm sitting, extending the dumbbell at chest height. Sitting, extending the dumbbell at chest height. As I change my position, you can see that I'm maintaining a strong back position as I come into my sit. In order to make those angular extensions of the 10-pound resistance, that's what I was holding in my hands, it takes a tremendous amount of core activity. So I was feeling a lot of stomach. I was feeling my lower back as well. Whenever you hold resistance away from your body, your lower back will be stabilizing and pulling back to keep you in posture as that weight's away from you. Your second motion is your plank. So I'm talking about working from a high plank here, which is just a push-up position. Some of you may initially have to work from an elbow plank. That's elbows directly under the shoulders, and then from there you're looking for a very straight body position. So shoulders to hips to ankles, very straight. We want motion, we want to include the lower body. So if you're using an elbow plank, what you can do is with your feet close together, you can step one foot out, the other foot out, then return to center. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Initially, your first job is just to hold the plank here. So if you're comfortably able to come to the high plank up here, now we can work on traveling. So maybe you haven't developed your push-up yet, but if you take a look, I can move. So my hands are centered, my feet are centered, my hands are wide. I move one hand, one foot, other hand, other foot. So the upper body and lower body are drawn into the movement, and then the dance motion that I would do together will be a push-up and motion at the same time. So I didn't quite take that to failure, but along with my chest I felt a tremendous amount of core, which is important. So we're just going to come to, there are many different cross crunch variations. Excuse my boxer shorts, but this is very safe. I have shorts over my boxer shorts. I'm crossing one leg over the other. I'm drawing my shoulders gently off the ground, and I'm drawing it towards the opposite thigh. Little hold, back slowly. Little hold, back slowly. I was actually really struggling with those last motions. So you have 3 motions there. They tie together most of your body. If you're using this as your entire day's exercise, try to make this, I'm not sure how much time it took me to accomplish those 3 exercises, but I imagine it was somewhere around 4 or 5 minutes. I've tried to turn it into at least 15 minutes of exercise. So go back to exercise 1 and repeat it. Your rep count, you will get diminishing returns. So if I did 14 squats initially, maybe it's going to be 12 or 10. Maybe the walking push-up will go from 20 down to 16 or 18. But push yourself. That's what hypertrophy is. That's what causes an adaptive response. It's challenging yourself with good form and approaching exhaustion, not exactly going to exhaustion. And then the last motion is was a simple isolation motion for the stomach, but very effective. So I used the core in the first motion. I tied the chest and shoulders into it with the lower body with the second motion. And then I went strictly to the core in the third motion. Altogether feeling pretty effective. So, first motion is sitting and extending resistance at your angles. Second motion is going to be your plank variation. And third version can be as simple as a standard bicycle crunch. To the cross crunch variation I was doing. If you're able to accomplish 15 minutes of these with good form, and please come to me with feedback if you have questions about form, you're off to a good day. It's a pretty good start. So I will be with you back later for those of you who want to join the rest of my fitness day, for the rest of my workout day, and a little bit more talk about nutrition. And then part of today is also to go through some of my health history to show you some of the obstacles that I've had to overcome in my workout history in order to stay in the game. Not just to stay in good shape, but just to stay in the game. Because I've had some pretty horrific setbacks myself. And I'd love you guys to know about it so that you feel like you're able to overcome the same type of obstacles. Talk to you later. Thank you.